Chris Combo. Chris Combo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Crazy Combos. I am here with my main Dino, and I am Pavo, and we are now both of us are now married men. Dino, how do you feel about that?
I thought I would change things up, change things up because things lately have been a little dark, a little depressing. So I thought, you know what? Um, I think it's just because there's like a lot of things ending, like with the election coming up. The world is gonna end. America's gonna end. My stay in America is gonna end because it's gonna be a mass deportation. Um, the Say goodbye to your happiness and your willingness to live. That's gone now. It's ending because you're married
Wow,
now.
wow. I don't know what to say to that. I thought you were gonna cheer us up. Now I'm just thinking about the end of the world.
I
So,
was if you would have answered the phone 30 minutes ago.
well, I was waiting in the lobby for like an hour, and I did have my phone beside me, and you didn't call my phone. You called me
I don't have my
on an
phone.
app on an app I don't use. So we both share the blame, okay?
No, fuck you. I had my
No, no,
phone in
no.
my in the other room because my baby was sleeping. Oh, also, don't
Well,
have kids. I mean, you already didn't listen to my first rule, so listen to the second one.
look, all I gotta say is, you were talking about starting things in a very cheerful note, and now you talk about election, deportation, the end of the world,
I'm sleepy.
and World War III just about to start,
I'm
and
EP.
I don't know how to I don't know how to be cheerful now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's switch it up. I want to talk about something that everybody likes. How about music? How about some songs? Some
Okay,
artists.
let's talk about artists then.
Yeah, let's get away from the political crap. All right. You heard anything about J Lo, Bad Bunny, or Ricky Martin lately?
That I heard that they were angry at some comedian that made a joke about Puerto Rico being a trash island in
Fuck
their Trump
yeah,
rally.
Trump's openers, baby.
Is that what you want to talk about?
Yes.
All right.
No.
So
It's so fucked, dude. Like, how is this man still in the race? Like, I've been watching videos on TikTok of like this one teen was arrested for having a machete at the voting polls. Obviously, he was a Republican. I think he was. I don't think I'm misremembering, but yeah, it was a Republican. And then I saw another video of this white dude, and I'm assuming he said slurs to a whole group of African American women, which I find completely despicable. Racism is like the least awesome thing in my mind all the time.
mm, I don't know how. I don't know. Dino. Didn't you say you didn't want to get political? Why are we talking about politics right now? You are a hypocrite, my
There's just
guy.
so much, dude. It's crazy. Eminem brought up Obama. Obama rapped fucking what the fuck is the song? Arms are sweaty, knees weak, mom spaghetti. The world is fucking crazy, dude.
That is true. I'll I'm with you on that.
It's so fucking wild. Everything's like, and the election's coming up next week. I
Yeah, that's
mean,
what I thought we are gonna have a cheerful episode. You know, try to distract our viewers from impending doom that it feels like the world is heading towards.
welcome to the
You
last
know,
episode with Dino being in America.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, for. I did have a topic. If you don't mind.
Not mind a little, but at this point, let's go ahead.
Well, fuck you. Um, I was listening to music at work because I was listening to audiobooks, but I think we should stray away from audiobooks. I listen to podcasts too, and that's where I got the idea. Like, you know what? I think it's time to be cheerful. Like, I listened to some comedic podcasts, and they got me laughing at work, like a fucking crazy idiot, who's all like, it's kind of funny when you're caught like midway through a laugh and you just basically smiling at a stranger, like you lock eyes with someone. That
Yeah.
happened to me. Like I was laughing at something, and then the guy like looked at me when I looked at him, and we just locked eyes for a second, and I was smiling at him, and then I just had to be like, nah, 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 like shake my head, like, nah, don't worry about it. But yeah, I just started listening to music because I like to take a break sometimes from everything else, and I was listening to older songs, and this one song by the Fugees, or covered by the Fugees, "Killing Me Softly."
Hmm.
It's such a beautiful song. I really do like the song. It's not the original, but it's like it has a really nice singer. She sings really well. The hip hop type reggae beat. It's really nice. I really like the vibe to it. And it was
Hmm.
funny. Like I looked it up on the Wikipedia. They said they wanted a bombastic beat, and I think they achieved it. Um, and it's a good song, but up until the very end, like they have samples from another group. I had to Wikipedia this because we got fucking called out for not knowing shit. So I'm like, let me do some like a little minimal amount of research. I mean, I wish this guy a happy birthday. This motherfucker shooting strays at me because you got him all riled up, Pablo.
I just call him out for some crap.
Okay,
Like, can you believe this man said that Faker was washed? I know a lot of the listeners might not know League of Legends, the few that we have.
me included.
Yeah, so shout out to T1 because they won another trophy today, Worlds, and Faker got his fifth championship, world championship, and they had a really bad split in summer. So all these people acting like the goat is washed. You know what? The goat, it's never washed. And he kept saying that he was maybe top eight in the world. Well, he proved them wrong, but he keeps he's that type of people that, oh, I don't support any team. I just like to talk crap about teams and switch every season. So yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
to people who don't understand any of that, like me, I don't watch the championship. He's basically the Tom Brady of League of
Wait.
Legends.
What do you mean? That is a terrible way to describe it. The Michael Jordan, like the Tom Brady of what? How many players are in a football team?
Fuck if I know. I don't know sports either.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is like a good comparison. Maybe a Muhammad Ali, something like that.
Is that the one that exploded
No,
on the side of a mountain? Or is that am I thinking of someone else?
Muhammad Ali.
No, no,
No, he
no.
died of
The basketball player.
Michael Jordan. He's still alive. I'm talking about Kobe Bryant.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Whatever. It's.
it's a way better comparison. I believe. I mean, Tom Brady is the goat of football, but football has so many players, so many coaches,
I
so
mean,
many
I
different
was just saying
specialized
because I
positions.
was just saying because he has a bunch of rings.
Yeah, but you just I don't know. You need something about like in sports. You need to learn about sports.
I don't care for that. Anyways, so I had to do a little bit of research before getting into this topic. And apparently I thought it was some kind of quotes from like a movie or something, like some random fucking samples from maybe some kind of movie. And no, I looked it up, and the way it goes is they listen to a group called um a tribe with a on a quest. What the fuck is it called? A tribe called Quest. The fuck?
Hmm.
I wrote it down in my notes. Anyways, they literally just said, "Oh, I like this group. Let's add samples from their random music to our song at the very end." And it makes no fucking sense. Like it's just a dude ranting that's louder than the other voices, but everyone's saying shit, and I'm just like, "Oh, you ruined the end of this perfect song."
Yeah, I heard it after you told me to listen to it, and the ending does feel odd.
It's
It
not
just
even. It's just
feels.
fucking weird. Like it unnecessary. It could have just like faded out and it would have been a perfect song. But no, they're like, nah, you gotta run everybody, and you don't know who to cut. You gotta N word. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad, and I hate when they add unnecessary things to music like that. Like sometimes it's not that bad, but even then, I prefer you wouldn't have it. Like when they have the live version of a song and there's people like cheering at the end and clapping,
I
and
hate live versions.
yeah, and it's like, why? Why do that's why I don't really like live versions because of that.
Oh, also, whenever they like, so when you're at a concert and you're like singing, and then the like chorus comes up, and they stop singing to kind of let the crowd sing with them or whatever.
Hmm.
But when you record it and put it on like Spotify, you don't hear shit because it doesn't pick up or something. So all you hear is like he's singing, the person singing, and then nothing. I hate that.
Yeah,
It's so dumb. Like when you're at a concert, it's different because you feel the energy. You're there. You're saying the words. It's dope when you're there. But when you're listening to it on Spotify, and then it's even worse when it's the only version of that song available on Spotify. So you just have to like listen to the cheering, listen to the fucking parts where the guy's not singing or the person's not singing. It's the crowd. Wasn't it supposed to be positive?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's supposed to be positive.
but yeah, it's. I don't like when. I mean, it's like another song too that kind of gets me that way. Is rap. What's it called? Is it Rap God? No. What the fuck is it called? Godzilla. One of the Eminem songs, the newer ones that came out, and it's like he finishes, and then in the Spotify version, it's some comedian that came up, and he's like, I'm papping him and dapping him and papping him, and I'm like, you could cut that out, like I don't need to listen to this fucking like 30 seconds of this dude just making fun of Eminem. Like the song was good up until then, you know what I mean? Like why you gotta
Y-
ruin it?
Yeah, yeah. There are songs that kind of get ruined when they add either too many, or like I'm Mexican, so whenever I swear in Mexican music, uh, and other Spanish music as well, they do it in rap, but it's much more in Spanish music. They kind of advertise themselves, like, cause you had to advertise your song through the radio back in the day, where you would say like the artist name. But I'm telling you, like, I feel like 90% of songs I listen to in Spanish, at one point or another, they have to say either the group name or their name, or everybody that's singing any little part in the song. Like if a song has three artists, they'll say like each other's names like at least twice. It feels
It's like
like in
whenever
the
they're like Capaz de la Sierra
Yeah, 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 that little thing.
or
Like,
fucking or whatever. Who the fuck is it that's constantly
uh,
saying his name? You know who it is, Royce.
yeah, yeah. Or like, they'll be talking to each other in the middle of the song, like, yeah, yeah, shout out my friend Peso Pluma, no, compa Gavito, yeah, Nata. Like they'll be like talking to each other, like saying each other's names, like shouting each other out. And like the song is still good, don't get me wrong, but I'm
Yeah,
just like, we are beyond the era of radio where you need to like advertise in the middle of the song. Like everybody knows who Peso Pluma is, regardless. You don't need to keep saying your name in the middle of a song. It just takes away from the song to me. I still listen to it and I still like it, but I think it would be better without it.
yeah. So that's the unhappy moments. Also, one thing I really enjoy about music or songs is when they have a story to them. When they got like a they have a little bit more meaning to them. For example, there's one song. Uh, it was written by Juan Sebastian. How do you say it?
Yeah,
It sounds like Juan, but Juan, whatever, Sebastian. Um, and it's called it's sung by Vicente Fernandez, but it's called Millón de Primaveras. And I heard this was on TikTok. They explained the story behind it. So apparently, um, Juan Sebastian during like a concert, his son like was killed by these
yeah,
group of people or whatever. They were just fucking criminals, and they killed him. And he wrote a song, a bunch of songs. He wrote a bunch of music dedicated to like his son, who was shot and killed. And then the song, the lyrics are like, you want me to change all the like the names of the people, like the songs. Oh, you want me to change the songs because he had a dream that his son came to him and told him, "Hey, Dad, you don't have to keep writing all these music for me. Like I found peace. I'm resting. You know, like you don't have like you can move on." And so it's like he's saying that it's gonna take like a million springs to forget about my son. So because he decided to like move on and just write one more song for him. So it's really interesting. It's really cool. Like when there's little stories like that, for music, because I find it really interesting.
Hmm. I love it when songs tell stories and when the videos tell stories too. Like I became a big fan of The Weeknd when you know the I mean, are you a fan of The Weeknd? Do you know by any chance?
Yeah, I like The Weeknd. I like The Hills. Like the is that the name of the album? The one where it's just his face.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
So that album is actually what I became a fan of him. I There was one song that I really liked back before he became, huge, that a guy at work played, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds really dope." Let me get the name of the artist and the song. And he gave it to me, and so I'm a little hipster where I'm like, "Oh, I listened to him before it was cool because he was like right at the start." But no, for real though. I wasn't a huge fan of The Weeknd until I happened to check out. I was listening to YouTube, so the music's playing, the video's playing in the
mhm.
background. All of a sudden, I kind of noticed a connection between two of his videos. So start watching the other videos,
Mhm.
and there is, I think it's often the heels,
Mhm.
can't feel my face,
Mhm.
and I think the other one something about your friends, like tell your
Oh yeah,
friends
don't
or
tell your
something like
friends.
that,
Yeah.
something like that. And
Yeah.
there's like they're all connected,
Uh huh.
and I guess it depends on the order. I don't think the order that you is official, but it's basically like how he feel. I have to watch it again from the beginning, but there's like a devil or like a man that's basically like coming for him. He feels like how fame affected him. Like it's almost like saying his soul to he sold his soul to get famous, and now he's facing the consequences, like the car crash, and like this
Mhm.
man that's kind of like mysterious and looks kind of evil,
Mhm.
and all these other things. Yeah. So, I, yeah, when I noticed that, I just became a huge fan, and I couldn't wait for him to pull out any more videos because wanted them to be connected and tell a story again.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of noticed that too, cause well, I didn't notice like the other song. I listened like those songs are like in my playlist, um, and the hills. And it kind of like I watched the video, and the video it starts off with him like getting out of a like car crash, and he's just like, the beginning. It sounds like he's sort of breathing, gasping, and I didn't know that was a story behind it. I think that's really cool though that they connect like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It's just little. It's sort of neat. Like it's really interesting, and it's funny because I listen to music like rap songs, and I know they have samples from other songs or other things, and sometimes I like to listen to the original song, like where they got those samples from, and I'd be jamming to that too. It's like neat. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
layers to the music, and I think that's really cool.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Talking about songs that tell stories. There's a song in Spanish that I actually, the show The Ranch on Netflix. I don't know if you ever seen it.
No.
It was with Aston Kutcher and that guy that played Hyde in '70s show, uh,
Nope.
Rooster. He
Uh.
ended up like getting arrested for because I think he allegedly raped some women. He was a Scientologist guy,
Allegedly.
so they helped him hide it. Yeah, but he got fired. It was a pretty good show since I love the '70s show, and I saw they were together on it. I started watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and they get in the truck and they're listening. Like I guess it's set to like a Spanish station, and they play this song that I had never heard. It's a mariachi song. It would translate to "Prisoner Number Nine," and I love that song so much because it tells a story about like a guy that's a prisoner. He's prisoner number nine. We never know his name. He's about to die,
Mm-hmm.
and they take the like the father because they're
Mm-hmm.
Catholic. the what would you call him? The priest
I
to
call him Daddy.
yeah, el padre, the father. Yeah, they take the priest to read him his last rites, and he says, "I don't regret anything," and this other stuff. And then they tell you the story of how he was a good man, and one day he went home, found his wives in the arms of his best man, and he killed them both.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they tell, yeah, yeah, and then they tell you the story, like, and then they take him out. You know, they read his rights, they take him out, and they get ready to shoot him. And then he screams right before he dies. He tells the priest, "I do not regret it, and I would do it again. And if they were to come back to life, I will no, and I'll follow them to the next life or something."
No,
He said, like,
they took
God will judge me. God will judge me for what I've done. But if I had another chance, like I would do it again. Something along those lines. It's hard to translate it, but
no,
it's
they took him out to a nice dinner.
no, no. They shot him.
No,
Like they shot him.
not in
They
my mind.
executed him. But yeah, it was a great song.
They took him out to get burgers.
But yeah, and the only reason like I'm Mexican, but I had never heard that song. And then in that show, the guy is like, "Oh yeah, I like this song. It's pretty, sounds pretty good or something. Or like pretty upbeat. Something." He makes a joke about it being a good song, and the guy's like, "It's about a guy that kills his wife and her lover, and is about to be executed for it." And the guy was like, "Oh," and that's the only reason I know that song.
Yeah, like I said, it's really cool to have like these little stories and like when they go like a little deeper than just the music and the words. It's it's really cool. That's the only example. Well, I mean, I have other examples, but I don't want to get into it. Um, well,
Well,
shit, I'm out of topics. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do have a topic, so let's talk about small wins and big wins that we've recently had in our lives. Let's try to keep things positive because sometimes, it just feels like with all these things going on in the world,
It's not my fault. Things are
yeah,
going to
yeah,
shit.
it just can get stressful, and sometimes, you just gotta focus on the little victories and in your life and things that gone right in your life. Like for example, for me, a small win would be I bought Taken 8 fighting game and
Nice.
started playing it literally this weekend. And my friend has this. My wife has a friend. Shout out.
Ah, my friend. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I mean he's a friend too, but I met him through my wife. He's
No,
from
no,
South
no. It's just
America,
like you talk about
Colombia.
your wife. Like, yeah, she's a little bit more than that now, bud.
No, no, I'm saying she has a friend that. Well, she introduced me to a guy that's now my friend as well.
Uh huh.
His name is I won't say his name.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to
Let's call
Blank.
him.
Shout out to Blank.
Let's just call him San, because that's he's an otaku, so he likes to be called like
Yeah.
San
Uh huh.
and all that.
Yeah.
And he challenged me to Tekken, and I'm like, I literally haven't even had time to practice.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there and I started kicking ass, and he gets all excited, like, oh, I finally have somebody to play Tekken with. And we played like for hours, and then we kept like going back and forth. At first, I was beating him easy, then he started like getting my timings and stuff, started
Mm-hmm.
kicking my ass, and then it's like, all right, let's go. Whoever wins this one is like like is the real man. Like the other one's just a little piece of crap. And then and then I won. So he was like, "Oh, now I have to go dreaming of defeat, like one more time." Like, and I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Oh, you're scared. You're a coward." He was such a sore loser. It was so fun, and I just enjoy beating somebody at Tekken after not playing for so long. Still having those, still remember those combos that I spent hours as a kid practicing.
um, I guess that would be a small win that I had one time back in the day. Um, and when we were back in like high school, we'd be in the back of the band room where they have all the instruments and stuff on days where like the teacher wasn't there or we just didn't give a fuck. And they'd be back there. They set up an Xbox. They had like an old TV in the back. They're just hooked up playing Xbox, and they were playing Tekken. I don't remember which one it was. It was like Tekken X something. It was a older Tekken game for the 360, And I never played Tekken. I didn't have a 360. I went back there to fuck around, and I ended up beating a good bit of them. Like before we getting taken down.
That reminds me of it was what was it? DVC Fighters or something like that. I forgot what the game is called.
Dragon Ball
So
Z
many Dragon.
Fighters, Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Z Ziders.
yeah, that one. It's one of the fighting games in Dragon Ball, and my friends are huge Dragon Ball fans. I
Mm-hmm.
am too, but I'm not as. I'm more of an anime as a whole fan. They're more like Dragon Ball only fans, so
Dragon
they
Ball
brought.
only, basic
Yeah,
Latino shit.
they bought they got the game as soon as it came out, and at the place my pad was kind of the place we would hang out
Mm-hmm.
because I live by myself, and they all came over. We got pizza, we got wings, we get all, we get together. We're playing this in a tournament. The guy brings over his PS5, PS4, whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
and brings two controls, and we set up the tournament, and we're like, okay, we're drawing like who's gonna go against who. And I am not great at fighting games. I'm not terrible in some of them,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like Tekken is probably one of the ones I'm actually good at.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat, I'm decent, like, but I'm not good at fighting games by any chance.
Uh-huh.
But somehow through luck, because I had never touched this game, some of the other guys had bought the game, they had practice and everything. I ended up in second place. I don't even know how to this day. I even picked like a meme composition. I was like, oh, Krillin's gonna be like my main guy, and like
Mm-hmm.
this guy's gonna be my support. Somehow or another, I ended up like making it all the way to the finals. And the guy that like I faced in the finals, he was actually really good. Like he
Mm-hmm.
actually played online and he knew all the combos and everything, and I
Yeah.
had like no chance. But when I tell you that I didn't know what I was doing, I was just button smashing, and somehow I got to second. And I still don't know how it happened to this day, but it's a good memory.
Oh, dude, I love that game too. And the thing is, I love fighting games. I'm a huge fan of older fighting games. I don't know the new ones. I don't really play like that, but I don't. I like King of Fighters, like the old one, the 1997 championship. I like older fighting games. But yeah, that game was really good. I really enjoyed playing it when it came out. But it's funny. The thing is, I never had anyone to play with because the only one who was halfway, or the only one who played it when it came out, when I got it, was like one of our friends, Noble Pitt. Shout out, gotta have him on the podcast one day. He was the only one who played it. He was the only one who knew how to play it, and I would beat him, and we like it got a little boring after a while. And then nobody else played it. It's a really good game. I really enjoyed that fighting game. The style, it's really awesome. I haven't tried Sparking Zero, mostly because I don't even have time to play anything anymore. Don't have kids.
Yeah, that's how I feel like. And the problem with fighting games is that most people online are really, really,
Sweaty.
really try hard, really,
Mm-hmm.
really good,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Learning
know the combo.
combos and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like if they hit you with one uppercut, they'll take like 80% of your health, and
Mm-hmm.
they know like counters, how to break like when you grab them. They know everything. So
Mm-hmm.
as somebody that's casual, is like I either play with my friends or I don't play online at all. I'd rather play against bots. I'll put them on hard difficulty
Yep.
or as hard as it goes, so I can like actually get some practice. I like to lose sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but people online, man, are so frustrating. Like I might win like one. If I get lucky, I might be like one or two guys, and all of a sudden, as soon as I move up from beginner, it's just like I can't move. It's
Nope.
like, yeah, it's that's the problem with games, and they know the frames and like all this. And I remember at one point, like I said, I tried to get into it, but I just couldn't, man. I was just like, you know what? At the end of the day, I went to like one tournament and I got destroyed after practicing for like a whole month, and I was like, you know what? Yep, this ain't for me.
And I mean, I don't play competitive like that either because I love fighting games, but I never learned the combos. I barely know how to do special moves. I literally just button mash, and that's how I like to play. Like fucking just go ape shit on my controller and hope I win. Um,
The funny thing is you mentioned King of Fighters, and in Mexico, King of Fighters was huge. We used to like go to the arcade and like play against each other.
yeah, it was a really
All
good
the
game.
Yeah, and I bought the game, well, like one of the newest one that came out not long
Yeah,
ago,
the 15.
and yeah, I think so.
I had that one too.
And it was like, okay, you know what? This time I'm actually gonna learn combos and whatnot. Man, King of Fighters has some of the hardest combos that I've ever tried to learn.
Hmm.
Like Tekken has some easy combos, and like they're long combos, so that's what makes them hard. Like Mortal Kombat, I feel has pretty easy combos for the most part. Like Street Fighter has some harder combos, at least in my opinion. But King of Fighters, as soon as I started learning the combos, I just kind of like, you know what? Nope. Like, nope. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna like spam special moves over and over and see how far that gets me.
Also, my Shiranui is everything to me.
Hmm.
You know who it is. Don't act
Yeah,
like you don't know who it is. My
everybody knows.
Shiranui.
I'm pretty sure every Mexican, well, yeah, every person that's ever played King of Fighters know who she is.
It's funny. I'm not even good with her, but I always pick her.
Yeah, she is. She, she she's got it going on. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now that we talked about small wins, have you had any bigger wins in your life?
I had a kid, and he turned out not ugly, so that was pretty dope.
Hey, that's a pretty big win.
Pretty big win. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I just recently got married, and even though things have been, you know, gone, and this is not like relationship wise, but more like things around us that we have no control over haven't gone as smooth as we would have liked. With like the hurricane damaging part of my house and whatnot, and many other things. Um,
Are we supposed to talk about losses?
huh?
Are we supposed to talk about losses right now, or is it still?
No, no, but I'm just saying, like, it just feels nice to have someone, you're not alone, and it's just, I don't know, it's just like, I guess I'm in the honeymoon phase, but I'm just like, you know what? Like,
This
my
ain't so
wife
bad.
makes
I
me,
don't know why.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know why Dino keeps complaining.
yeah, yeah. It's more like, well, my wife makes me laugh every day, even when I'm kind of stressed out or like, just sitting there watching a video. She'll go over there, like kind of like a cat, just wants attention and makes me laugh, and then she leaves.
Yeah,
And it just makes life better. So I don't know. I consider getting married a pretty big win.
yeah, it is a pretty big win. I'm not gonna lie. I know when I come home, I can expect my wife to receive me and get to tell her shit. Like I went through some shit recently. I'm not gonna get into here. But it's something that it's something that kind of followed me through childhood, and now as an adult, seeing it with different eyes, it's kind of really opened up the floodgates, and it kind of fucked me up for a bit. But I talked to my wife, and after talking to her, kind of getting better. But uh, yeah, I mean it's nice. I know I like to joke around a lot about it, but it's so difficult nowadays. Like marriage, like dating and finding the right one. It's such a nightmare. Um, that's why I don't recommend it for everybody. I usually recommend to like kind of try it out. You know, see if you guys vibe, if you connect first before going into like such a huge commitment. Because that's it for as long as you are together or you know alive.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a big win. And keeping it on a positive note, did you dress up for Halloween?
Oh yes, I did, but it was a party. It was like right before Halloween. It was on the 20, let me see, on the 27th, I believe. Yeah, the 27th. We had a party and I dressed up with my son. We both went as dinosaurs because I'm Dino, and that's the only one I have. Um, and then I recorded a TikTok, by the way, if you guys are interested to check that out. Dino IRL does stuff. And so I put on my other dinosaur suit, the one that looks less menacing, and put on a mask. I put on my sombrero. I went out. I bought the new McDonald's uh, chicken Big Mac, and I thought I did a little video because I really enjoy those videos. I really enjoy like people like trying foods. I eat vicariously through them.
Yeah, I
What about
you're a
you?
brave man. You're a brave man with McDonald's because what was it, E. coli that was going around McDonald's?
Yeah, it's only on the quarter pounder though.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, true.
It's
Um,
chicken. I'm good. I'm still alive.
so far.
What about you? Did you dress up?
No, because there was a problem with my wife's car. Won't get into details, but it was it took a while to get everything right. But when we got home, I dressed my dog in a Chucky custom, like one of the ones that where he looks like Chucky and looks like he's walking,
Mm-hmm.
and he's holding like a knife on his little fake hands. It looked so funny. It cheered me up because we had drove for like 5 6 hours that day, and then right when we get home is when we had the car trouble. So it that cheered me up. And then it didn't get here on time, but I wanted to order one of those masks for the cat
Mm-hmm.
that we have, our cat.
Mm-hmm.
The Batman meme for the
Yeah.
cat, where it's
What
like
were
meow
they
meow
just
meow.
contemplating? Oh, never mind.
No, where it's like meow 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 meow, and then they put the little Batman mask, and it goes meow 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 meow,
I haven't
and we
seen it
just
now.
it's so funny to us, and yeah, we wanted him to wear one of those so we could like do the meow thing, and maybe do a TikTok or something. And yeah,
Yeah.
is but the Chucky thing made my day. Um, it's so funny. We did have customs, and we were going to dress up, but like I said, by the time we got home, it was like 7 p.m. and tired. Brother hadn't taken a shower, so we're just like, you know what? Let's just dress the animals up because we do have a little devil custom for the cat. He
Mm-hmm.
does not like to wear it though.
As the devil himself, he's like, I don't need a costume.
Yeah. He yeah, the cat really missed us. Our dog too. He would not stop following me. My dog. He was just so happy we're back. And man, that's why I love dogs. Like, I mean, I like the cat too. I love him. His my wife likes to joke that that's our son, but I'll tell you, man, there's nothing more loyal than a dog. Like, they're so happy when they see you get home. Like their little goofy face they make when you get home. Like every single day is just a joy.
Yeah, my last dog ran away and never came back. So I beg to
Well,
differ.
uh, what's- I mean, I think that speaks more towards the owner than the dog.
Nah, he was cool. Had him for years. Our neighbor, for some reason, is a dog activist or something, and he'd like go and let our dog loose when like
Did you
he'd be in his cage, and then they just let him free.
did you beat your neighbor's ass over that?
I did
Or
not, but I mean,
did you call the cops on him for like stealing your property?
well, it's
Like,
not. It was not my property. It's my parents. My dog was at my parents' house because they have the cage over there. I was gonna bring him over here, but I don't really have a cage or fence to like keep him safe because I live right by the road or by right in front of the street. So he was over there. I don't know. Like my brother told me that too. He was like, "Hey, there's this like our neighbor just keeps like leaving him out, like letting him go outside." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, we'd let him out, but usually when we do that, someone's outside with him to make sure that he's safe. He comes back for food, and we put him back in a cage to keep him away from the streets. Because for some reason, dogs yearn for the streets, bro.
yeah, so I'm glad I have like a fence yard because in the old property that we had a fence, but it was a lot smaller. It was only in the backyard. Now it's like the whole property. And at one point, we had like a big hole in the fence that we had to repair. And like you were talking about your neighbor, there are some people that are like animal activists, and I believe that like somebody that grew up in Mexico and saw a lot of street dogs and a lot of different things. I just feel like some people treat dogs better than they do humans, or they think like animals are humans. And to me, I love animals, and like my dog is an inside dog for the most time. We do let him go outside and have fun and run around and do whatever, bark at the neighbors and cars going by.
Kill a couple
But
of people, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, my dog's still my dog, and um, I don't ever forget that he's an animal. But when we had like a hole in the fence and we wanted to tie him up while he got fixed. I went to a PetSmart and I'm like, okay, I need to tie up my dog because I have a hole in the fence and I want him to be running out because he wouldn't bite, but people would be afraid of him.
He's
He
a
would
big
literally
boy.
try to follow us out whenever we were going out because there was a hole in the fence and he was really smart. He knew how to get out. And I go and I asked a lady at PetSmart and she's like, dogs should not be tied up. And I'm like, I'm not asking for your opinion, lady. I need to tie him up while the fence gets fixed. Um,
I came here for your products and services, not for your fucking mouth.
And the funny thing is, they literally sell those products. So it's like, I mean, take it with your store if you're so against it. Like you're literally working for people selling that type of thing. Um, but one of my friends, her, I think now ex-husband, um, was an American person. I think she was Mexican American, and her parents had like a dog, and they had him kind of tied with a leash outside, and he had like a tree to be under with shade and stuff, and they would only let him in if it got really cold. It
Mm-hmm.
was an outside dog, he was that type of dog that they used to herd cows and I mean sheep or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which is what those dogs were bred for, to be outside. Um, and when he loved animals so much, and when he went to meet her parents and he saw they had a dog outside, he literally tried to call animal services or whatever on her parents right as he was getting ready to meet them, and she had to talk him out of it. And I was like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna last. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, later they ended up getting divorced. I don't think it was because of that, but I kind of saw this like at two extremes. Like I do get the people that don't want dogs to be outside, but like we gotta remember, like dogs
They
are
like to be free. They crave the pavement. They crave the road. They
yeah,
want to get
yeah.
ran over.
Yeah, no, I love my dog. He's he's a goofy little dog, but he does look kind of tough. So everybody is afraid of him. Whenever they come to my house, they're like, they want me to put him away, or they're like, does he bite? And when I tell them no, they don't believe me.
But yeah, I think right now is a good time for the craze combo cards.
Yeah, I think it's a good time as well. So I hope you're ready for this one. Do you know?
I'm never
Let's.
ready for anything ever.
How dare you not be ready for this? All right. So this week we have what have been or remain to be the biggest points of contention in our relationship.
The
What is our
my
biggest problem?
How I troll on fucking League of Legends.
You think so?
I think that's
But
that's got you so upset to the point
yeah,
where you want to quit the game.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It does tick me off because mainly because you just like I don't know. I play League of Legends kind of to have fun, but I only have fun if I win. I don't
Nah,
know if that
I'm a
I don't
play
know if
for
that
fun
makes sense.
guy.
Yeah, yeah, you play for fun and you have fun even if you like lose the game really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we're like winning the game and whatever lane or whatever you're at, you just start we're winning the game and then you just like start dying over and over and losing in that side of the map and we're like, okay, can you just not die? That's all we need you to do is not die.
And then it
If
becomes my
you do that,
personal mission to die.
yeah, and he literally like, nope, and then he goes in and dies. So
It's just
yeah,
fun, It's
yeah,
entertaining. Um, Other than that, biggest point of contention. I think that's it. No, I can't think of anything.
yeah. I think there are things, but I don't think it's contention. It's more like things we need to improve on, like scheduling things better,
You know what?
uh,
It's a point of
being
contention.
more
Fuck you,
organized,
dude.
with topics and direction and when we want to do things.
I
And
try so hard and got so far, but in the end,
but in the
it
end, it
doesn't
doesn't
even
even matter.
matter. I didn't want to be depressed. Fuck, dude. I was literally thinking that at work. Like I was listening to some of my favorite podcasts, and they're all like happy and laughing and making jokes, and I'm over here like, damn, like I'm finna be kicked out of the United States. I can't
No,
help it.
hey, now that we're kind of back to depression, we were just singing Linkin Park. had, have you ever heard the song "Heavy"? It was on their newest album before,
Oh, is that a fat
Chester.
joke?
No, no, Chester. You know how
Jesus
Chester.
Christ, Dean Pavo, what the fuck?
Can you listen to what I have to say?
No.
No. So you know how Chester committed suicide?
Committed unalive, yes.
Yeah, unalived himself.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide. That's what I mean. We ain't no pussy ass people here. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
call it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the song "Heavy," which I liked before he did it, but it hits so different. Have you never heard that song?
No, I used to listen to Linkin Park like back in the day. I really got into it before he killed himself. But I only listened to the new one that came out recently, Lost. And it was funny. I saw a meme, and it's the who Danny DeVito from, I believe, it's always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he's just like crying because he's like, oh great, they released another Linkin Park song, and then it's like Chester starts crying.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. The new singer, I know there's some controversy because she used to be Scientologist or something. I
Is that
um
the controversy? A
uh,
controversy? Fuck,
yeah, I
I
think
can't
that was
talk.
it. But her voice has kind of grown on me, but nobody's gonna replace Chester. The way he sang, it was pretty unique. And when she screams, it sounds like a scream. When he screamed, it was still singing. It was still like a
Mm-hmm.
singing voice to it at the same time as
Mm-hmm.
he was screaming. Um, but no, you need to listen to the song "Heavy" by Linkin Park. It was on their newest album before he committed suicide, and I had listened to the whole album once when it came out, and then that song, man, when you listen to it, knowing what ends up happening after, it hits different because the song is talking about how things are
Spoilers.
so heavy. How like everything's so heavy, like like he can't go on, he can't breathe or something.
It's
I
kind
don't know the
of
exact lyrics.
it's kind of funny, dude. I was thinking the exact same way, but in a more fucked up way. There's a song by Nirvana. It's "Come as You Are," and like one of the lyrics, it gets to a point where he's like, "And I don't have a gun, and I don't have a gun," and then I was like, he did in fact have a gun. I was thinking that too, and like, cause listen, I listened to it now, and I'm just like, damn, he kind of did have a gun, didn't he? Whoops.
Let me read you these lyrics.
Yeah, okay.
For the first verse that hit me so hard every time I listen to this song is I don't like my mind right now, stacking up problems that are so unnecessary, wishing that I could slow things down. I want to let go, but there's comfort in the pain, and I drive myself crazy, thinking everything's about me. Yeah, I drive myself crazy because I can't escape the gravity. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on so much more than I can carry. I keep dragging around what's bringing me down. If I just let go, I'd be set free, holding on. Why is everything so heavy? And knowing that he like ended up committing suicide not long after, it just hits so hard, man. I get emotional when I listen to that song.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
It, yeah, it's like he was speaking from the heart, but everybody was just, like, mm, yeah, it's just a good song, but no, he really was feeling it.
I get you, man. I get you. But yeah, let me pull up the lyrics to at "Come as You Are." Um, and I swear I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. He did in fact have a gun.
That is pretty funny.
Fuck. But it's I don't know. I think that was a pretty good bit about music. I really like music. It's a lot that I listen to all types. Old, like I have jazz. I have the fucking Dion. You know who Dion is? Like the
Yeah.
like the Runaround Sue. Like so good. Michael Jackson. Like Nirvana. I love listening to a ton of different things. Like if people tell me like what's your favorite genre, I'm like I can't decide. Like I like everything. If it sounds good, I'll add it to my playlist and I listen to it. Um I don't know, it's just that's just how I like to be, you know. I don't like to be like, oh I only listen to rock. Oh I only listen to hip hop. Oh I only listen to rap. Like nah, it's like if it's a good song, why not listen to it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I listen to everything. In fact, my wife has joked about the transition in in my playlist because we were driving through the mountains
Mm-hmm.
and we saw some, what are they called? Elks? It's like kind of like deers, but they have like bigger and they have like cool looking antlers.
No, those were skinwalkers.
Oh, no, whatever. So we lost signal. We're driving through the mountains, this country road, and no signal. So I go to my downloaded songs, and he has like I have YouTube Music, and he kind of does like a playlist for you, like offline playlist automatically, and it keeps updating it
Mm-hmm.
automatically. So I just play the first song and let it do its thing,
Mm-hmm.
while we get signal back. And it went from like hip hop to like cumbia, and then it goes like Peso Pluma, then it
Yeah.
does like then it it does like hard rock, and then it goes like country, and she's just like, "What's up with this playlist?" And I'm
Each
like,
song gives her whiplash.
"Yeah," and I'm just like, I mean, I like what I like. I'm
Yeah.
a I'm a citizen of the world. I like all, when it comes to music. I like it all.
Yeah, this is I'm just gonna name the top songs on my playlist. This is the music I listen to. This doesn't really have a genre. It's just kind of like the music I listen to more. 1-800-273-8255 for those who are, um, you know, oh, if this episode bummed you out because of the unaliving, this is the number you call, by the way. Suicide hotline. But it's by Logic. 20 minutes, Little Uzi Vert. 21 questions, 50 Cent. 7 years, Lucas Graham. Acquainted, The Weekend. Adventure of a Lifetime, Coldplay. Africa, Ninja Sex Party. It's just all over the place, and that's just like the beginning.
Okay, I'm just gonna read you a couple songs that I have on my playlist. Some of this I don't even know how to say it. It's like an anime open ending for an anime called 86.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mizuki a bit. I'm not even gonna try to say it. Uh, and then it's a classical piece, Once Upon a Time in Paris by Eric Satie.
Who's in Paris?
Once Upon a Time in Paris.
No, who's in Paris?
It's a classical song. It's not that one.
Now say it.
Um,
Dun 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 dun.
and then it's a Christian song in Spanish called Espíritu Santo Gracias. Hilary Hand is a Paganini concert. No, it's like yeah, Paganini concert. More classical song. Then I have Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, video game music. Then I have
Uh-huh.
a Spanish rap song, Dibújame, by Samantha Barron and somebody else. And then I have No Quiero Perderte, which is like Mexican regional song. Then I got Industry Baby by Little Nas X, and then I have some Coldplay, Yellow. So yeah, that should give you an idea.
And yeah, I don't know. It's I like having the like different tastes. It's different. Like you don't get bored. Um,
Y-
and video game music can also be really good. Like I listened to one recently. I heard it on a meme first, but then I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It's a Persona song. It's called what is it called? Fuck, I can't find it. But it's like Color of Your Heart. I think is what it's called.
Mhm.
Let me look it up. Let me just to be sure. I don't want to be called out for not knowing what I'm talking about. Yeah, Color Your Night. It's a really dope ass song. And everything else, I separate them a bit. Like I put my Japanese music on in a playlist called On Some Weeb Shit. My
No
rock
kidding.
and my rock and roll, my metal stuff like that. I put it in like it's called I Don't Give a Fuck IDAF playlist. My Spanish playlist is the most unoriginal Spanish playlist, and the music I listen to more often is called just my music. Oh, and my oldies but goldies is like my like Frank Sinatra, like um uh you know Leslie Gore, like older songs. So that's how I separate them. I wish Spotify had a feature that lets you kind of shuffle between different playlists. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like so you can like go from one playlist and then play a song from like a different playlist and then like because like that way you have a lot of variety. Like you could just put everything into one playlist, but then it's just a bunch of garbage. Like it's not garbage, but it's a bunch of like it's jarbled, and if you it takes hours just to find one song you want to play. It takes like all day to find out one song. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
kind of why I broke it up a bit.
So, I want to end this podcast episode just, suggesting a couple of different songs that we like that might not be very well known to our listeners. Let me start it off by recommending, since we talked about songs that tell a story. There is one that is called "If It Hadn't Been for Love." I think Adele does the cover, but I listened to the original. It was this little country band named the Steel Drivers, which
Hmm.
most people probably never heard of.
I haven't.
But the singer kind of went solo later. You definitely know him, Chris Stapleton. You know Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh
He's got a great voice, so you
yeah,
gotta really listen to that one. Um, and then I wanna recommend, um, since we're talking about Linkin Park. Chester had a another band. It was called Dead by Sunrise, and the song "Let Down" specifically is really, really good. And then, like I said, if y'all haven't listened to Heavy by Linkin Park, I really recommend it. Just I don't know, just listen to it because, like I said, it just hits different knowing that he was really speaking from the heart when he was singing it.
yeah. Damn it, dude. If I want to make recommendations, like I could, but um, if we do that, we're gonna have to spend like another hour.
Just one song. Can you recommend one song that you think most people never heard of? It could be anything.
Oh shit. That's kind of tough. I listen to a lot of mainstream stuff. Um,
Or it can be mainstream. You don't know what our listeners listen
well,
to.
I had it in my mind, and I lost what I was gonna say, so that's cool. Anyways, it's been nice talking to you guys. I really I'm glad to be back. I'm back in black. Glad to be back.
Yeah, we took a week off for my marriage honeymoon.
Yeah, Pavo
And
took a week off.
yeah, and my laptop got fried when we tried to record, and there was no power. We won't get into details, but we should be back to week basis now, uh, unless something major happens again. But no, I know things are kind of crazy in the world with elections and all these wars and whatnot. But let's keep things positive, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah, I try to bring more positive uh topics. All right, guys,
All
take it
right,
easy.
take it easy.
Check out TikTok.